It just
yes.
it pops off the screen.
It's looking good.
You built it, for the PS4. The other one was a upscale, right? Just
Oh
from the
yeah,
a
remaster by the lovely guys at Blue Point, who did a great job with it. But the team was really working hard to make this one just full of so many more things to do. The map in this game is 2.5 to 3 times bigger than the original one. And I love to say that no one does open world action, especially from the Japanese side, like Japan Studio, under Toyama-san. So,
wow.
This is Kat. She can use those awesome gravity powers. Immediately you can see all these people in the world. It's so much more populated. It's so much more dense. We have guys doing all sorts of things, but yeah, standing on the side of buildings.
Sure.
This is kind of all, this is what Gravity Rush is about.
Yeah.
Slightly disorienting, but
only for a little second. It takes a moment. Once you wrap your head around the gameplay elements, it becomes second nature.
Exactly.
But it does take that moment.
Yes.
Because you're breaking the paradigm of what people are usually used to doing. It's because you could just go anywhere.
Yes, you can. What we're seeing right now is the gravity throw, so she's picking up all these chairs and boxes and throwing them at enemies. Showing off some of the more basic powers, some of the ones you had in the first game. They're all there, so people who played the first Gravity Rush are going to be right at home. This is definitely something that builds on the first game, and it's the second half to Kat's story. So
yes.
So people who didn't find it, who were left asking, who is she? Yeah. Why does she have these powers? We're going to go deep into all of that in this game.
And so what about if this is, you saw Gravity Rush 2 and you're super into it? Do you have any hey, this is what happened? Reminding people if they didn't play Gravity Rush 1.
So this is our protagonist. Her name is Kat. She wakes up in a strange city called Hexaville, and she finds out that when she's near this mystical little kitten named Dusty that she gives its name to, she has the ability to manipulate gravity and to really not even fly through the air, but fall through the air. And when she shifts gravity, everything kind of shifts with her. So she can hang on the underside of buildings and on crates and just manipulate gravity in all sorts of different ways. Right now she's shifting gravity to kick enemies. And actually here we're seeing a new power she has. We have more gravity styles in Gravity Rush 2. This is our lunar style, which lets her move around very, very light-footed, kind of like if you were on the moon, very light gravity.
I've never been to the moon, not yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping.
Experience what it's like.
Closest to,
It's the closest you'll get, right?
So she's doing a wormhole kick. She's warping to enemies and kicking them, doing cool combos. She dives off a platform here, so we have a lot more ways to traverse throughout the game. And we can teleport to where we're going now too. But that's the first. There's actually another gravity style in the game called the Jupiter style. You'll see it in a moment. So that's actually a much heavier use of gravity. It's going to make her a lot heavier. She can't move as fast, but she's going to be able to do this devastating surge kick, which lets her kind of wind up and take out multiple enemies at once. She slams the ground with so much force. There's kind of a ripple effect that takes out all these enemies. You'll see it right now.
Okay.
The Jupiter mode, Jupiter style.
Surge kick.
Here it comes. It's kind of like her Hulk Buster.
Yep.
Yeah.
She winds up right here.
Smash.
We go down, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, everybody just got popped real hard.
Yep.
Those boxes, those poor
I know
boxes.
the boxes.
Somebody put those there. Too bad. Shouldn't have put them there. Shouldn't have put them there. I have a quick question. The enemies. Who are we fighting? Who are these?
Right. So the enemies are called Nevi. They're these little. They're kind of mysterious. We didn't go too much into their background in the first game.
Okay.
They're these evil little beings. They kind of look like little kind of jelly monsters.
Yeah.
But for the first time, instead of just fighting the Nevi in Gravity Rush 2, we're fighting human enemies as well. So we have these soldiers over here. You'll see some robots coming up in a second. There's a lot more things for Kat to handle, and the scale and what they can do. We can pick people up and throw them as projectiles now. It's just
yeah, they're gone.
No pun intended. The sky's the limit. With this one, especially because they're making such great use of what the PS4 can do.
Bullets now.
Yep.
Watch out.
If you're familiar with the first game, this is Raven.
Yeah, I remember.
She's Kat's rival. She actually has a Raven that follows her around that gives her gravitational powers. So they both get kind of sucked into this new area. She becomes your friend through the first game. They explore a little bit of Raven's background in the first one. But now she's here as an AI partner. She's completely going to assist you Very much a single-player game, but she's here to help you out in certain situations, take on bosses. You'll see they actually have some combined co-op attacks. They like to team up on guys, and she has your back. So it's really awesome to see her here. And we'll learn a lot more about her as we play this game too.
I love the idea of interacting with the environment and the style.
The
it's so
stylization.
stylistic.
Right, yeah.
God.
The last one, and forgive me, last one had more cell shading, right? And this one is just more, it's like a painting.
Well, I mean, yeah. In the same way, it's definitely still being, utilized, but the color palette is completely different.
Right.
The first one, lots of greens, lots of browns, and this one, bright blue. You can see everything come crashing down.
gosh.
It's incredible what you guys have done. This is getting out of control.
Thank you.
Now there's giant mechs in it.
Yep.
You have big bosses, it seems.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the scale is something
Whoa.
to see. If you watch our trailers closely, you'll see that, it looks like the city itself is a character sometimes. So there'll be more coming about that.
Definitely, I noticed that.
Yep. You can see ravens flying around, throwing projectiles.
Is everything like destructible and movable? It looks crazy.
A lot is.
A lot is.
Yeah. But what we're doing is taking out the weak points on its legs and exposing this core in the back. And then Raven's helping us attack it. And then once we get it down far enough, we have a special little surprise to show you.
Can you just float whenever you want? Or
Yeah.
is there, you can. Anytime.
You hit the R1 button, she floats.
You're floating.
Yeah, you just fly, dude.
Yep.
That's why it was so cool. Yeah, dude, when you're playing on the Wii, you just like start floating up, flying around.
And you actually use you can use the gyro sensor in the DualShock 4 to control where she's flying.
That's really
cool.
cool.
So you don't have to have a stilted, right thumbstick trajectory where you can really control where she goes. But yeah, if you flick up and down on the touchpad, you switch between all these styles now. So you can see he's using the lunar style right now. Now she's back to normal. She'll use the Jupiter style to do some more damage. But it's really the combination of those three styles that lets you really get creative. So here's a dual attack with Jupiter. Takes off a nice chunk of damage going down there. Yeah, I mean, the first game was already art. But once you get it down to a certain point, you have this lovely finisher move. Toyama-san very much
Wow,
this is so dope, man.
So cool.
Yeah, very much influenced by comics and Franco-Belgian comics, anime, manga. So you can kind of see where that whole thing comes in.
Big finisher right there.
Yep.
No big deal.
Yeah, we just took it down.
Yeah.
You know, no thing.
Right.
Thankfully, no one got hurt.
Yep.
Everybody seemed to evacuate the entire city.
That was
so
good.
that's good.
So the game is actually, it's playable here on the show floor.
Man, look at that.
This is we have 2 modes through this demo. This is kind of a little bit more of our beginner course, but it's showing off some of the gorgeous parts of the city.
Yeah. Look at this. That's crazy looking to me, man.
Thank you.
So
You guys nailed it.
Yep. It's like nothing out there.
I've never seen. It's the closest to an anime game. You nailed it, man.
Thank you.
I've been wanting this. I wish, dude, the 14-year-old in me who first came across anime is like, what? What is going on?
Yep. I mean, it's very much that comic influence is still
there.
If you see the cutscenes sometimes, like they can pop up in comic book panels, and if you shift the DualShock 4 around, you can actually get a different angle on like the art.
A little bit.
Yeah. This is one of our special attacks, the corkscrew attack right here. There's so much going on. There's so much more variety in Gravity Rush 2. We're so excited to get it to people. And
when is it coming?
It's this year.
This year, okay.
That's good. That's
we
good.
will have a lot more to talk about soon.
Sure.
And here we have one of our armored Nevi. So you actually have to break through the shell before you can actually do a ton of damage to him. But it's the tip of the iceberg in terms of how big some of these enemies are.
Okay.
When I say scale, I really want to
scale?
think
Oh my gosh.
big. Yeah. At the end of the first game, you were flying through the city, fighting huge monsters. Like, it's just taking that and upping the ante so much. Yeah, this is the special move. Kind of traces around a little bit, brings their enemies to their knees.
Oh.